Hey guys, Brendan here, BYOTools, aka BYOT. Thank you for joining me. And today, in BYOT number 12, we actually made a beautiful horizontal fence right next to my backyard, and I need to enclose that backyard now with a double gate. And if you want to learn more how to build this double gate, keep on watching. Let's get started.
There's my beautiful horizontal fence line, but I do have this wide opening that I need to enclose. We're going to be securing it to the actual existing post as well as the house itself. That will make sure we're fully secure. I first take my 4x4s and cut them to size, then I pre-drill my holes and then secure my anchors into place so it makes it easier to install in the long run. Just remember, if you're working by yourself, it's always nice to have a clamp by your side because it's basically a third arm, and it's nice to have it if you can't find an actual arm that can actually help you. So just keep that in mind. Go ahead and secure the first fastener and then proceed to the second. Just make sure you're leveling it out first, making sure it's fully level before you secure the second fastener. I fasten a screw to the top of the post and then take a string line or some type of wire and attach it to the actual screw itself and then run it across. I then take an L bracket that I'll be using shortly and actually line the string line up with the holes. Now, you don't have to use an L bracket, but make sure you're using something that you know is perfectly 90 degrees. When the string line lines up with the holes, I know I'm horizontal, so I mark my point and then proceed to leveling up so I know what the true height of the post needs to be because the ground certainly is not level. I proceed by grabbing my 4x4 post, mark it, cut it, and install it. I prefer not to drill holes in my house, but in this case I need to, so I'm going to make sure and actually put a little bit of silicone in the hole itself after backing out the screw and then proceeding to fasten it again. That just gives you a bit more weather protection because the less penetrations in your house, the better, especially when it comes to weather control. Once both posts are fully secure, I measure the height of what the fence needs to be, then measure the pressure treated 2x6 lengths, then cut, and then start assembling. Now I'm going to make my large farm gate first, and this gate will serve two purposes just like most gates. First, it's going to be used to enclose the backyard, obviously, and secondly, it's going to be used to actually open up and be fully functional due to the fact that I want to have the ability to drive in my truck into the backyard or boat or whatever I would like to drive in the back, but it's going to be fully functional now. I fasten all my L brackets and toenail all the studs so it's fully secure. Then I take my high strength hinges that are 8 inches long, which are perfect for this type of long gate system. I actually had to use a screw that is meant for steel studs due to the fact that I had to drill through the metal plate on a few of these screws. So just be aware of that if you're using these L bracket systems, that you will have to screw through some of the steel itself to actually make sure that it's fully secured to the actual gate system. And I'll make sure and leave a link in the description box below on where to find these type of screws and brackets. Now, due to the fact that this gate is so long, you can imagine how heavy it is. So I want to reduce the strain that the hinges are going to have on it by applying this wheel system, which is perfect for this type of gate. It has a spring-loaded activation, so depending on how heavy it is or where the elevation/ground differs, it'll adjust accordingly. So there's always going to be some type of pressure bearing down onto the ground itself. Next, go and lift your gate into position and start screwing into place. Just make sure the screws that you used are supposed to be used for outdoor use. There's plenty out there that aren't, but there's plenty out there that are. So just make sure the screws that you do use are specifically designated for outdoor use. Now again, due to the fact that this gate is so large, I want to put a little extra support in there. So I actually put a third hinge just for some added support. I mean, a little added support never hurt anybody, right? Right? Right. Now if you did it right, it's all level and beautiful, and if so, move on to the next step, which is actually putting on the siding to the gate and rocking it from there. Just remember to pre-drill your holes. These are cedar planks, so making sure that they are pre-drilled is key unless you want to have a lot of cracks in your siding. Yeah, trust me. Most important step in doing this is making sure that the top one is level. Making sure that top one is level is very imperative because we're going to be working from the top down. So making sure it's level, then going to screw it into place, and then moving on to the next one. I made these beautiful little blocks that are about 3/4 of an inch thick that I gauge off of and then make sure it's level on one side, then start screwing in and proceed to the next one. Now just so you're aware, I'm doing this small section first because of the fact that this is a 10-foot long gate and the cedar planks are only 8 feet long. So I make up the difference on the other side, which in all intents and purposes works out perfectly due to the fact that this is almost the same size as the gate that I'll be building next. And that makes it so when you're visually seeing this gate in all its beauty, it flows correctly. And you'll know why later. Proceed to utilizing your nice beautiful full long planks and then also utilizing the actual clamp itself because again, third hand helps a lot. Just make sure that top board is completely level and then start banging away, as in literally going down and screwing every single one. Makes it a lot easier though if the first one is level, trust me. Time lapse is a beautiful thing. It makes things look a lot easier, really. Now once you have that section done, go ahead and proceed to actually installing your small gate area where you'll be gently walking through. Again, same process, measure, mark, cut, and proceed to assembling your door. Yeah, and I'm going to be using EasyGate, the same gate system that I used in BYOT number 12. Again, I'll be making sure and leaving that link in the description box below on where to find this because this is a great tool. It makes it very easy to make a very straight, sturdy gate. Simply just a few brackets and a couple screws and you have a nice functional gate. Look at that, nice and easy. Now when you proceed to installing your gate, just make sure it lines up correctly with the large gate that you've already installed. I place a mark on the top and bottom of the top hinge, that way I know exactly what the location of that hinge needs to be. Then I proceed to just fasten it down with one screw and then fasten down with a couple more, and a few more, and a few more here and there. Bang, bang, boom. You are done. Yes, look at that. Even, straight, and it actually fits and works. Look at that, first time, boom. Next, proceed to measuring the planks you're gonna need, and same gist, you know, measure, mark, cut. You get the gist, right? If you don't, by now, you know, I don't know why you're still watching this video. Anyway, kids, no, I'm just kidding. I love you. Keep on watching, please. I'm actually just gonna keep this commentary in there just so I can fill time because I don't need to talk about how I'm drilling cedar planks into a panel again. Oh, here we go. Now to keep this large gate stable and stationary, I'm using this nifty little latch system in order to do so. You drill it into the side of the gate itself, and then with that latch system, you're able to lock it into place. Now instead of trying to pound this latch into the ground, I'm actually using a small piece of black iron piping and pounding that into the ground itself, and then I'm able to slip the latch into that piece of black iron piping. That gives it more stability and security. Now if you just slip in your hole, get in your hole. Are you too good for your hole? Answer me! I'm sorry, that was just a Happy Gilmore reference. Moving on. Next, you finally get to attach your latch system to make this a fully functional, beautiful gate system. Yep, it is now finally completed. Perfect. Now look at those beautiful horizontal lines. That is one beautiful, sexy beast of a gate system. Oh yeah. Ooh, yes. Look at that. Look at those clean lines. Fully functional gate to your left. Fully functional gate to your right. Oh yeah. Boom. Wide open so you can bring anything you want. Go ahead and feel free. Close it back up. And you have one beautiful functioning gate system.
And there you have it, episode number 30. Yes, the big 3-0 of BYOT done. It feels so good to get that project completely finished. The backyard is now fully enclosed, and now I can go get a puppy, or, you know, a horse, or a pig. You know, just enclosed somehow. Yeah, right. No, I have too many projects. In any case, thank you for your time. Please like the video, please subscribe to this channel, and please check out my Instagram feed. I post there weekly, if not daily. Until next time, thanks for watching.
Oh me, I forgot about the fact that the ground is a certain height at one end versus the other. Yeah, and there's a nice big root right here that I had to take out. Whoops, just to get it open and then close.